bros, David and Jonathan, in the semifinals in a wild 3-set match to earn their spot here in the gold medal match. And they will take on the Volley Vikings, who have kind of re-cemented their position as the best team in the world. The bronze medalist from the Paris Olympics, coming off their gold medal at the European Championships just a couple weeks ago. They're looking to get back on top in the gold medal here in Montreal. Kyle Friend in the booth alongside my very good friend, assistant coach at FSU, Travis Merwerder. Travis, we keep talking about this young Swedish team and how thrilling and exciting they are and how they keep exceeding expectations. Do they have another one in the back pocket in this match?
This would put them into the rarefied air of teams who have beaten the other Sweden and Norway in the same tournament. There are not many teams who can claim to have done that. The last I can remember off the top of my head is Martins Plavins and Christians Fokerats in, was that Rio or João Pessoa?
João Pessoa.
João Pessoa, somewhere in Brazil.
Yeah.
And it completed Martins Plavins' headhunting bucket list of European powers he wanted to dethrone, the other one being Germans Clemens Wickler and Nils Ehlers. But if a 19 and a 20-year-old can do that, I mean, this generation, I can't imagine what the next generation of volleyball players is going to look like, because we're seeing already the impact that Oman and Helvig have had, because they sort of produced these monsters that beat them in the semifinals and sentenced them to that bronze medal match against Andre Perisic and David Schweiner. Now, if they can do that against Norway in their second meeting, and their previous meeting, their only one came in Stad. Norway handled it with relative ease. And so we'll see if they can do that again. But we mentioned it a bunch of times on the broadcast in these semifinals that Norway's sort of been playing their way back into peak form after taking that week off. And I am expecting to see peak Norway. That is my expectation. And peak Norway is very difficult to stop.
Very difficult to stop, like you said. Just getting a little bit better. They had one loss in pool play. That was to the Capogrosso brothers. Granted, it was 16-14, very close, couple three-setters. But we talked about getting pushed early in this event and how that can be a benefit for teams here in Montreal or just anywhere. And after that loss, they came out and smacked Paul Henning and Louis Voos in 2 straight sets, and then took down Andre Perisic and David Schweiner in 2 straight sets. That gentleman right there, Mr. Anders Moll, has been having a field day at the net blocking. He's averaging around 7 blocks a match. Next level stuff. There is Christian Sørum, who he was kind of MVP of that semifinals with his defensive touches everywhere, touching everything, making life super, super hard for Czech Republic.
And we talked so much about the blocking of Anders Moll, deservedly so. I think 7 years into his run, I'm calling him the greatest blocker of all time, and I'll have that argument with anybody who would like to. But it was Christian, as you said, who came up so huge in that semifinal. I think that's one of the best matches I've seen from Christian in recent memory. As he took over, he dominated. Then we'll see if he can do it again against the other problematic Swedish team.
We got a problem. Sweden, we have a problem. And it's 2 Swedish teams as they got to play twice already in this event. This younger Swedish team lost to Oman and Helvig in pool play in 2 straight sets, then came back in the semis to get a little revenge against the big bros. Elmer Andersson, Jacob Hölting, Nilsson, looking to do what very, very few have ever done before. Knock out Scandinavia, Norway, and their big bro Sweden in the same tournament. Rarefied air available for them, and I am so excited for this gold medal match, fans. Norway versus Sweden. Sweden in the white tops, Norway in the blue tops. Elmer trying to go high off a Moll. Nice touch, Elmer on the dig. What can he do here? He's gonna chip it line, but he pushes it.
We talk a lot about X factors, And the X factor in this one to me is the on-to of Jacob Hölting Nilsson, which starts with the passing of Elmer Andersson. So it's sort of a package deal there. But if Hölting Nilsson can get his option going early, as he did against Oman and Helvig earlier today, that's going to give them a better chance. But it starts again with the passing of Elmer Andersson, both of those unoptionable.
And Elmer chipping that one into the net, feeling that pressure early here on the biggest stage in the world.
And it's one of those things where maybe he's feeling the pressure, but this is their third straight final. And at 19, he has nothing to lose. They're not expected to win this.
Tight ball, top of the tape.
Then again, maybe he is feeling some pressure.
Hey, Sørum's got a good serve, coach. Okay, Sørum's got a good serve.
And so that's an early timeout there from young Sweden. So we have the princes, and I don't know my royal terminology very well. So what if you have the prince, but what do you call the younger brother of a prince?
Yeah.
Because that would be the proper.
Maybe the squire, perhaps. We're going to look it up.
Chat GPT.
We're going to chat GPT that as we take the timeout. And for Sweden, they have their assistant coach, Anders Christensen, in the box with them here. Rasmus Johnson just working the bronze medal match with his main team. Again, we had a conversation when both of these teams are playing each other as Razzie or Anders either in the box, just let the boys go after it. And not often have we ever seen a semifinal where both teams being coached by the same coach. Coach is doing something right. Both coaches doing something right there in Sweden. 3-0 start. Jump set. Silky smooth there from Hölting Nilsson, and the kill from Elmer.
And it starts with the pass. We need that passing if you're a Swedish fan to open up the threat of the option, which allows that jump set to be so effective.
One serving three. They will go after Anders Mol to start things off. And that is just picture perfect chef's kiss there from Mol.
And I'm interested to see if Norway deploys a similar strategy that we just saw in our women's bronze medal match with Anna Patricia and Duda, where it was just avoiding the block of Tina and just going shot, 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 and making Anastasia make plays and taking her out of play, because Hölting Nilsson, he can be a force to be reckoned with at the net.
That swing is dug well from Sørum, and Mol putting that into the net.
What positioning from Christian Sørum on that day, because that is a magnificent option from Hölting Nilsson, but you kind of gave the jotting notes down pantomime to me, and Sørum's seen that film before.
He has seen that film. That's Hölting Nilsson's favorite location for his option. And Anders Mol goes little Princess Cuddy to Jumbo there, just kind of toying right now with the defense of Sweden.
I'd like to think that Adrian Carambola just sits there and just smiles with such satisfaction when he sees his freakishly athletic blocker hit a perfect jumbo.
Don't need to hit the ball hard every time. Out wide. Elmer, he sneaks it under the block of Mol.
That's 2 touches we've seen from Anders now on Elmer, and to me, that's a scary thought that Anders, he's calibrating is the word that a man we both coached like to use, Triborn. Happy retirement to him. And once Anders calibrates that block, it might be a dangerous thing.
And there's Sørum calibrating his line shots. Wide variety, wide array of line shots from Sørum. Elmer had the line available. He got Anders to bait on the angle swing.
And I think if you're a coach scouting this team, I think you can have your blocker lean a little angle and give up that line until Andersson starts producing it enough to make it a threat. But it's just not what he's super comfortable doing yet.
Short serve. Nice change up. Hölting Nilsson comes flying in, stays tall, cranks one cross body.
Good adjustment there from Hölting Nilsson. So he likes that angle and likes that seam. Now he's cranking that full cross body as he's seen Sørum already step into the options that he likes to hit.
Good middle serve. High set to Sørum. Good recycle here from Mol. And Mol just bouncy over the top of Hölting Nilsson there.
Yeah, when you go over the block and still hit it deep enough to also go around the defender, that's an impressive swing.
Not much you can do there. He's serving 4. And the soft block from Mol directs the wrong direction, but gets a hand on it.
The new, once you see it, you can't unsee it. The standing hands up block that you might get a lucky soft block for the option. It leaves you able to get over to the jump set. We're seeing that a lot more.
Team's adapting to the new wrinkle that is the jump set. And there is no touch there from Jacob as that one into the net and out of bounds.
Sørum had the right swing, and it's odd to see him have that much space and still miss it, as that's uncharacteristic of him.
The side change. No wind really here this afternoon, just a little bit of sun. And there is some speed on the rip from Anders Mol.
It's fun to watch it from our angle because we can see that play developing, and we kind of know it's coming. Just that thunderous angle on that tempo set, and it's just fun. It's fun to watch.
And Mol getting a runway here for the jump serve. Lightning quick down the line for the ace.
Some things you can control, Kyle. Some things in life you can't. We'll file this under the latter category. That's just unbelievable. That's a bomb.
This one the way of Elmer. Elmer goes cross court for the kill.
Excellent swing there from Andersson as he beats the angle block of Anders Mol by going into the angle. That's not an easy thing to do.
I was thinking, where did that go? How does that get by? Tricky from Elmer. Mol. Cut shot, walking the dog all the way, and Jacob watches it go out of bounds.
Nice athleticism there from Hölting Nilsson. He's so coordinated for his sizes. He just crawls and follows it all the way out. Look how high they're playing. Goodness.
Into the middle. They'll stay on Mol. Pokey set from Sørum. We get a chance here for Sweden to get a little stop. And Elmer continues to bang at angle. That one off the block, not out of bounds.
There was this look mid-play of just utter disgust from Anders Mol as they got just a little sloppy with a couple touches in a row. And now, if this one goes to Anders, we might see a little angry Anders Mol.
Mm-hmm. Are you saying that serve down the line wasn't an angry serve down the line? I don't want to see an angry Anders.
And Jacob robs us of that possibility. I like what he was trying to do with that serve, too. That fast, flat one down the line of Anders.
Stop. 11-9. Line to line, a little bit low on that pass from Elmer. And Elmer, there's the angle that Anders let slip by. He said never twice.
Somewhere, Triborn is saying he's calibrating. He was just calibrating for the angle, and he just made that extra move into the angle and got his block.
Calibration is key. In-game adjustments are also key. As we take a look at Brian Hebert, the local Canadian referee who's been on the Beach Pro Tour for a bit, on the stands. And Lucindo Santos there from Brazil. On the sand. You'll see some muscles out here, the flex cam going around for our fans. Great shot of our athletes walking back out onto the sand and taking a look at the grandstands that just go on forever. A sea of people here in Montreal. 12 serving 9. Men's gold medal match. They'll stay on Elmer. Jump set. It's a thing of beauty there for Hölting Nilsson, and I like the cut shot from Elmer.
And for Hölting Nilsson to be able to set it like he does on the way down, it means he has to jump so exceptionally high that he can just hang and hang and hang and then set it. And a nice smart shot from Elmer Andersson as well.
Good seam serve. Mole from the right. And Mole again. Give him the scalpel. He's digging, he's searching things.
And what a perfect touch on that cut shot there from Anders as well. That little baby cut is becoming a new favorite from Anders.
Yes, it's very effective. Hölting Nilsson trying to swat it, but gets the net. One of the first balls the way of Jacob. It's a high contact over the shoulder. Cut shot is dug. Elmer in transition. And Elmer banging, where? Angle.
And Sørum sliding into that sharp angle there and able to get just a little paw on it. But Andersson brings so much heat on the ball that even when he really only plays with half the court offensively for the most part on maybe 9 out of 10 of his attacks, he's still very difficult to stop.
Nice float on that serve from Hölting Nilsson. And somehow that ball lands in, and Anders Mole creating a new swing. We're going to name the Anders Mole the line bounce.
When he goes for that direct wrist away down the line, it is vicious. But I think Hölting Nilsson is a talented enough blocker now that he's seen it. He's going to take it away at some point.
Hölting Nilsson trying to go to the deep cross court. What a press into the angle from Anders Mole.
Excellent move there from Anders. He's just so good at lining up neutral and then throwing that head that ladder. That's a great look at it, where his numbers are on Hölting Nilsson's numbers, and then goes that big lateral move to the left.
They'll go right back to Jacob. Up and down, and there's so much pace coming off that arm of Jacob Hölting Nilsson.
Fearless swing, especially from such a young player. I find it so impressive that he doesn't go kind of that A-B pattern we see so often. All right, A didn't work, let's do B. He just goes right back to it.
Pass from Sørum. And a scoop from Elmer off the ricochet. Second time of asking, and there is the calibration, coach. Like you said, Jacob sealing the line.
When we all got to watch them and sort of first learn their names last fall when they won those back-to-back gold medals and challenges, I watched his block. I thought, man, that is a scary man up at the net. He's quickly becoming at least a top 10 blocker on the Beach Pro Tour, if not higher.
Keep making the finals. It's going to be no question. Sørum up and down. Elmer almost there, but Sørum puts a bit more direction in front of Elmer on that swing.
It's rare to see Sørum challenge like that as well, with all that space he had down the line. Typically, he just sort of takes what's easy. And in this one, setting a little tone here, going right at Elmer.
Sørum looking skywalking up there. Heavy rip, perfect pass from Jacob. And oh my goodness, that angle is sharp. And Mole says, no, 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 not today.
Anders has had some success here in Montreal. Defending gold medalist from 2023. He's trying to go back to back here at the Montreal Elite.
Hybrid. Will stay on Jacob. Jacob looking for a touch, looking for in. I think it's neither. I think that ball is a little bit long. Mole's gonna walk over, take a look.
Christian gives a little shrug. Judging from Anders' non-reaction, this might be a little tight. And that's really unfortunate for Jacob, because I love that swing. And he beat Anders, and I think Anders thought he was beat when he came down and saw they got carved around him. And so a nice swing it is.
Good flow up the middle. Trouble on this pass. Mole puts up an unbelievable set, and they get a recycle. No jump needed there for Mole, getting caught in the sand. Elmer with a rip. Tight ball from Mole, he puts it over. And Hölting Nilsson swats it back down.
A couple good chances there for Norway, and Anders wanted that little flare set to be about 2 balls shorter there from Christian, so he hits that standing shot. And so credit to Sweden. It's a skill to take advantage of another team's mistakes. And when they give you gifts, it's your job to unwrap them and bring them home.
Push Sørum to his line. And Hölting Nilsson thought he had that one gobbled up, but it goes out of bounds off the block.
Well, he had the read, no question about that. Sørum coming barreling in for that angle swing, and Hölting Nilsson makes a nice move. Just that hand shape. If he can kind of work those hands back into the court instead of hooking them around, might go his way.
Dropping Nilsson short. What a cover on the swat. Can he put this one away? He does. Big play. Good recycle. What the athletic ability there from Hölting Nilsson.
We talk a lot about bookmark plays.
Yes.
Dog ear that one right there. That little cover is such a difficult play to make. Look at just the reaction, and not only does he cover it, it's right into his partner's hands.
Yeah, unbelievable touch. Lightning quick reactions here from all players. Mole, just high heat all day long.
And Hölting Nilsson right now is one of the few blockers in the world who can get up in that airspace with Anders, and he makes a really nice touch, but we say it a fair amount on this broadcast, good offense beats good defense. That's unstoppable offense beats good defense.
Hölting Nilsson listed at 6'7", but
I'm not buying.
Those arms gotta be closer to 6'11" or 6'10" at least. Nice pass. Smooth. Love how vertical Jacob stays when he swings.
And his swings are almost exclusively deep meter. He doesn't bring it shallow hardly ever. He just goes high, deep, high, deep, high, deep, which not only makes him less likely to get blocked, it's also so hard to dig.
17 serving 19. Sweden would love a stop here. They're not gonna get it. Hölting Nilsson frustrated with himself. I think he got baited into the dive angle.
Not the first blocker to get baited into it, and he certainly won't be the last.
Here's another look at this swing from Sørum. Slight look there, and then feeling Jacob dive. Set point number 1 for Norway. Oh. Smooth from Hölting Nilsson. That one a little sharper, coach.
Sweet swing there from Hölting Nilsson, and keeping that reach so very high.
Set point number 2. High at the chest of Sørum. Baby line is dug. It's a tight ball from Elmer. A chance to recycle here. Oh, and a surprise little tap over from Hölting Nilsson, keeping Norway guessing.
Sneaky from Hölting Nilsson. As we've really only seen him option with that big step close, full power option. And instead just going with a little runner. No timeout here from Norway.
No timeout.
You're sitting up here pleading for one.
Yep. Third set point. No timeout needed. What do we know here in the box? Sørum says, I got it. Don't worry, don't fret. 21-19 after a late push from the young Swedes.
Now, the only match that Norway lost in this tournament was to Argentina's Nico and Tomas Capgrosso, and they were up 20-18 in the second set. And that's where Christian got a little shooty, just hitting sort of safe high lines, and he had a safe high line up 20-18 in that one. I like that he went back to the power because Christian doesn't get blocked all that often. He'll get dug here and there, but And especially in that match, Nico, I think, finished a 3-setter with 1 block, where that wasn't the issue. And so I like that Christian went with the power on that one. It's just less likely to be stopped as we get a look at our numbers. Anders, 3 huge blocks, 1 for Hölting Nilsson, 4 errors for Sweden, 3 for Norway, 2 aces. It's just Norway a little edge in most of the categories, and that's where you have your 21-19 win. But I'm so impressed with the poise, the maturity of Sweden. They're not scared of anybody.
No, they're flying high, playing in that airspace where Norway plays, where Anders plays. Just 3 hitting errors for Elmer Andersson. That was kind of early. And since then, it's been smooth sailing. A lot of good play, good passing. 2 hitting errors for Anders, just 1 for Christian. Start set number 2. High ball overhead to Sørum, and Jacob's like, can't believe you just tooled me.
Christian's saying, don't worry, buddy. You're not the first, and you won't be the last.
Love it. Oh, no. Vikings take the first one. They'll stay on Hölting Nilsson, and that line swing is shut down from the greatest blocker of all time.
Block number 4 for Anders Mole, and Norway jumps out to an immediate 2-0 lead. And this is the first we've seen Hölting Nilsson be the target in serve receive. And so he's gonna have to work his way out. Never mind.
Oof. Now that is an angle from Hölting Nilsson. Wow.
That is wicked from Hölting Nilsson. And again, the pass from Elmer Andersson is just perfect. Look at that angle from Hölting Nilsson.
You can just watch Jacob hit the ball all day long. Anders getting a little too aggressive on that swing, pushing it way wide.
Trying to go a little extra sharp with that one, and ball just flies off. We mentioned a couple times that a lot of these balls got drenched earlier, and so every ball is going to be a little bit different. I'm not blaming the ball on that one, but it's just something that could be a factor at some point.
A little adversity with the weather earlier on Championship Sunday. No rain at the moment. Sun is out. Looks like we should be good. Clear skies ahead. Pass from Elmer. Elmer goes down the line, and there's a good swing and a little fist pump for the kid.
And that's a perfect swing for him to establish, because now Anders has to respect it. And he has to know that he has that in the bag now, because that's not his tendency, right? We talk about it a lot. Emerald, he likes the angle. And that's a really, really nice swing.
3 apiece. Mole. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Anders Mole, even Coach Adrian in shock after that swing.
Must be, and there was a really funny interaction just now between Adrian and Anders, Sweden's coach, where they just sort of nodded to each other and said, you know what, this is gonna work. This is insane. From
oh my gosh. It's a warm-up swing for Anders. The lefty knuckle, Jacob Hölting Nilsson showing us how deep his bag is in a variety of shots.
He's taken over. All 4 Swedish points, 3 out of the 4 Swedish points coming from Jacob, 2 of them being options.
Sørum. Cuddy, good touch from Elmer, but that is very sharp, very fast from Sørum.
And Mole and Sørum are doing a good job of sort of freezing Andersson out right now as far as defense goes, where I can't think of the last dig and transition attempt he's had.
Ripper from Mole, changing up the side of his serving position. One just a little bit long. The perfect pass from Christian Sørum. There's the dig from Elmer, but a good touch. Doesn't come up to play, but a good read.
There's some heat too from Christian Sørum. Fun to see when Christian, fully healthy, has that pop in his shoulder because he can still bring it.
No question. Probably the player that's been served the most out of anybody in the world over the last 7-8 years. Nice to see him healthy. Good read from Sørum. Fading away. This set a little bit tight. Way to recover. And over the net there. Tough to see from our angle at the end line.
Heaves is a ref that I trust on top of the stand. Very minimal argument. Let's have a look. Yeah. I got that as a little bit over. I think that's a good call from the man in blue. Hey, it's a home match for Hebert, too.
Yes. Giving him some love. Jump set. Cross court. That's a double contact there. As Mole, again, shutting down the angle.
And the mobility, the lateral mobility that Anders has is so impressive, where he got froze a little bit, makes that late move, and just stuffy right in the angle.
So you're saying that's what a block looks like when you get frozen? Got it. Noted. Noted. Off speed. Tight ball. Hölting Nilsson.
Oh, wow.
In the net. And a look of dismay from Jacob, but no argument there. And quickly, Sweden. They'll go to take the timeout. The look at this ball here might be hard.
Is he calling him in the net, or is he saying that he held it? Oh, it was netty.
Yeah. The left hand a little bit in the net. Hölting Nilsson on the follow through. Real opportunity though for the Swedes, as one is missed, and they're down 4 in this timeout.
And the opportunities, these are ones that are, with a team like Norway and the way that Norway's playing, those are the freebies that you can't afford to pass up, because we've seen teams play really well against Norway this week and not even be close, right? And when you get the rare gift from Norway, especially today, they've been automatic. And their quarterfinal, they were automatic. And ever since that loss really to the Capagrossos, they've dialed it up. And so you need to make sure that if they give you some daylight, you got to be taking that.
So important to capitalize on opportunities. Knock, like you said. Sørum and Mole do not make those opportunities very easy. 9-5 out of our timeout. Beautiful option there. Bouncing out of the middle comes Hölting Nilsson.
This is the most aggressive I've seen him on two, where typically he'll jump set 5, 6, 7 balls before he actually takes it on two. He's only jump set maybe 1 or 2, and he has just been full green light with the option.
Sørum. Off the head it goes, right through the hands of Jacob.
So frustrating for a blocker, but when you do get hit in the head, it typically means your lineup was perfect. Just got to close it off a little bit.
Or maybe not jump so high. It's kind of tough to do that. Here's another look. Chin above the net, right at the top of the dome. Serve goes into the net. Serving 10. Second set, our gold medal match, if you're just joining us on the broadcast. Sørum giving a tattoo to young Elmer Andersson there off the top left chest.
Today as a whole is some of the most complete volleyball we've seen from Sørum, I think. Which is saying something, because they've been the best team in the world for 7 years.
Usually pretty dang good, but Sørum has played exquisite defense, and like you said, bringing that pop. And speaking of pop, that ball popped the minute it hit Anders' hands and back into the sand.
And Anders, his blocking this week, he was averaging 8.5 blocks per match through pool play, dropped precipitously to 7.25. And he's getting that average right back up there.
6 block for Mole. That one is around the block. They do not want any more of the blocker, Mole.
It's always crazy, because I still am under the impression that every tournament I go to, I expect Norway to win, but they haven't won a Beach Pro Tour event since Sakurima in April. So it's been 4 months since they've stood on top of the podium.
Yes, a couple medals since then. The second in Ostrava, a third in Brasilia. Yeah, unfortunately for them, the young princess, another Sweden, has been around playing some volleyball as well, giving them a hard time.
Maybe we'll call these guys the Dukes. We got the Dukes. We got the Kings, the Princes, and the Dukes. We got the whole royal court. Almost had the full royal court on the podium. But Andre Perisic, David Schweiner says, no, the chess masters are still here to play. The hobbyists.
The hobbyists. The lawn cutting, wood chopping hobbyists. That is Andre Perisic and David Schweiner will take the bronze medal. We will not have a full Scandinavian podium, but with the way things are trending with this young Swedish team, it's only a matter of time before it's full Scandinavia, and as if Scandinavia hadn't already taken over the volleyball world. Out of our tech timeout, it's 13-8 for Norway. That is an overpass here. And Mol working and poking into the cutty. Brilliant touches here from Anders Mol.
That little ball control touch on the overpass, that's really a really difficult play to make. Watch this platform. This is perfect. Look at how flat that platform is. The little 180 get back makes his approach. It's just a brilliant volleyball play.
Hölting Nilsson. He's going to go to the seam, and they're going to challenge that play. It's very, very close.
They're 1-for-1 on challenges. Anders says it's in, but he's still going to make Heaps get his steps in anyway.
Tough to see in that quick little replay.
I feel like refs should look at the body language of the players. If the other team is in serve receive already, let's just call the challenge good.
Yeah, you guys saw it? Okay, great. Great. Heavy swing from Jakob Hölting Nilsson. Middle dropper on Mol. Mol trying to go to the cutty. He gets recycled, trying to go back to the line. Hölting Nilsson everywhere right now.
I can't get over that cover from Anders. First off, just that little fall away pokey, but Jakob Hölting Nilsson, he's put on a masterclass, both on to and at the net.
Low line. He said never twice, or never thrice. Anders. Deep heater. Anders Mol. It's clean.
A lot of power coming in there from Anders, and Norway's done a fine job of never letting Sweden go on a run. You give up one, sure, we're stopping the run now. We're back on defense, back letting Anders do his work at the net.
Trying to go back to the line, and floating into the line is Anders Mol again.
Phenomenal read there by Anders. So Christian was parked in the line already, and we've seen that crossbody now a couple times from Hölting Nilsson, and you see both Norwegian players all over it.
They've been calibrating, coach. 16-10, jump set. Oh my! He's in his bag right now. Anders Mol with another one.
Make that block number 8.
Yes.
Just trying to get back to average for Anders.
Can't stay below average.
Just a little swing block. Look at that press. That is wild.
$17-10. And smart play that time. Elmer Andersson, he puts his hands up. Thought he was not going to get the call, but he does. Don't worry.
Elmer was ready to fight someone. And then he realized it was his point.
There's the swipey. Elmer already has a black eye, so he might have already tried to fight someone.
You know, Anders might have actually had an argument there, but because I think that there was the joust and then Elmer kept hanging on and then he wiped it. But in all my years commentating and playing and coaching, I've never seen a blocker win that call.
That is good hustle. What a set from Mol. Both Christian and Mol back up at the net. And Elmer missing the cutty. Feeling the pressure of the 8-block Mol up the net.
What an incredible set. from Anders Mol. Sprawling out and just juicing one basically with just his thumbs. And we might have someone we saw in Hamburg. We might have backwards hat Anders Mol coming out of the box. That's a dangerous man,
no.
Backwards hat Anders.
Oh no, here he comes.
He's back. Oh, back forwards.
For those that don't remember, backwards hat Anders Mol in Hamburg was a little under the weather, had a couple injuries he was dealing with, and he was shooting and chipping and just carving up defenses with some swagger that we hadn't seen before. It's the forward hat, Anders. That shot is dug. Sørum with plenty of time in transition. There's a scud missile for the kill from Christian Sørum.
Sørum's been automatic, absolutely automatic, and Anders is starting to understand that a back-to-back Montreal gold medal pretty much underway, and he's grinning. If they get this point, I think we'll see a sky ball from Anders.
Outside Hölting Nilsson. Through the top of the block goes Jakob Hölting Nilsson. 12 serving 19. Into the middle. Sørum a little off the net. Baby dropper catching the tape, giving Elmer a little bit of time. Good read from Sørum there. Poke back from Mol is pushed.
A worthy effort. Decent soft block set two there from Sørum, and Anders, it was the right idea, just overcooked it a little.
Well, you guys can't see Adrian Karambula in the box, but he is ready to get subbed in at any moment. Just locked in, laser focus. Sørum off the tape, paddle dig from Elmer. Tempo set, it's a little push to the cut. Oh, they're having fun out there.
And that's that team chemistry play right there, the unspoken communication. They just know in certain situations, this is our system, this is what we run. And that's it right there, that super tempo, and then sort of the momentum carries them back behind the rep stand.
Middle serve. Gold medal point here for Norway. A chance in transition. Jump set to Baby Cuddy. And that is going to do it. Norway, to the delight of head coach Adrian Karambula, they will repeat as Montreal champions. A brilliant tournament played, though, from Jakob Hölting Nilsson and Elmer Andersson. Get a huge win, first time beating David Oman and Jonathan Helvig to get their spot in the gold medal match, but they come up against a Goliath that is Anders Mol and Christian Sørum. Regaining the crown. Best team in the world, fresh off their European gold medal, adding another gold medal to the trophy case here. Another look at the final play. A little jump set from Mol. And the baby cut from Christian Sørum is picture perfect. Third gold medal of the year for Christian Sørum and Anders Mol. Anders Mol, absolute monster down the end of this one. He collects 8 huge blocks right up with his tournament.